Sup fuckers, world's okayest trader. March 5th chart review. Generally today was a large bearish trend day with a massively wide trend down. I didn't draw it just because it never seemed to fit right until the very end. And then you're just drawing lines to fit the channel. At least that's what I think. But getting on there early, we've got this trend, nice matching tops. We have a break, so we're looking for a new extreme on this channel. Didn't have this one drawn just yet. This one wasn't in place yet. So we get the new extreme. This is a decent setup that we're looking for. So new low, first entry, second entry, but this is all bullish. Then it turns bearish. So with that push down, maybe you could have pulled off this lower high, but again, this stem or a bottoming tail, I wasn't a fan because it pushed down and then pushed back up. But again, in a bearish day, it didn't really matter. Then we get our new low from that initial break. We end up going sideways. I don't really see anything that I would enter in here. If I entered something here, this would just be a, take it off the top of the range, but you're entering on a bullish doji, the range is holding. So yes, you can see you're confident, but I just couldn't take anything there. Maybe you could take this one. But even the second entry short was bullish, right? So there's a new low, pullback, first entry, second entry, and you can't go short into that. And then even if it did, it would have stopped you out at the top of the range. So yeah, then we get two legs down and start to work sideways. Maybe you're looking at taking it this lower high, but this is what? First, second, third, fourth entry, and you're all still going up rangy. Nothing loving there. Off a couple of key entry points, but it's bullish. So we break. So at this point, we are going to expect a new low. So we get a good firm break, and then it just sells off. Now it pushed way, 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 way down. So we're still looking for a new low, hopefully some sort of pullback to a second entry. At this point, the second entry, if it does come, is going to be too low, so you're going to want a lower high. But it literally went straight down for a new low. Little pullback, not to the EMA. Kind of leveled off there for a minute and then just flushed. And we never really come back to the EMA here. But at this time, I didn't know if this was the tight channel there with a break or if it was actually there. In the end, it was probably there, but as that was forming, I couldn't take that. This one was starting to look good, but it didn't make it quite back to the EMA. But that would be near low, first entry. It's sort of the first and second entry formed on one. It goes to a new low. Now I've got another new low in place, so maybe this is the break. So first entry. This second entry, I skipped this because it was way above the EMA. Large risk, bullish bar, and then the EMA goes flat for a little bit. This here at the time, I didn't quite have this range in place properly. But this would have been a fantastic failed breakout. You've got your first and second legs, so you get two visual legs, and then that would be your going below that bar would be your entry. I missed that completely. Second entry short here. Again, that would be interesting, but you're coming from a new low, bouncing off this midline, which we didn't know at the time, or would have been the bottom of the range. Because as this was forming, I was looking for the range. That bounce, I put it there. So taking it off the low, not a great setup. And again, this situation, just really no way to enter that, which was no different than back here, right? Just a sideways, small, tight 3-point range. Push down, look for a channel. Again, maybe another failed breakout here. Again, it's doji, but again, that failed breakout would have worked. At this point, I think I had raised the range to there. think eventually I moved it up there. But yeah, 2 legs up, break, new high. So we're looking for a short in here. Don't really get anything great unless you want to play another failed breakout, but you know, that's lower than this, and this is lower than that. So we're kind of, the highs are looking up, and so we push down, push up, bounce off this range. So now I'm looking for a lower high. Now this one here, in hindsight, I don't think this was a good trade. Yes, it was a second entry short. So there's the low, pullback, first entry, pullback, second entry. I think because it was so wide, I just think I got lucky and the market gave it to me. But this is a very wide second entry, strong push up, push down. Even if you mark the range here, this is a trade into the middle of the range just after it came off the bottom. So not a good trade. So I'm going to mark that as, yes, it was a win, but I'm going to count it as a mental failure. I should have taken that one. So now at this point, we're still making lower highs at this point. We're getting this thing forming, this channel forming. I saw this setting. I'm like, oh, this is going to be nice. And then my day job got in the way. So I had to answer a couple of phone calls and take care of something. But there was a nice 2 legs up. Yes, it was a bullish bar, but you could take it as even as a double bar entry, take it below there, and then it just dropped off. That would have been a nice one. But I probably wouldn't have been jonesing for a trade later, which we'll get to. Then we drop into this range, and now, again, we've seen this pattern again and again. We're in a strong bearish day. Only really looking for shorts, not looking to go long anywhere, even in the ranges, because you don't know if it's going to drop out the bottom or even go out the top. But strong bear day, most likely the breakouts are going to fail. New low, first entry, second entry. Now this pushed up and then reversed. So yes, it's a not great signal bar, but I played the momentum of this pushed up strong, and then right at the end it went down to there. So I put my stop there, and it got out for a scalp. Room to the midline, room to the EMA, good for a scalp. Now when I saw this, I'm like, ooh, maybe that wasn't such a good trade. But at the time the context was good. 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bars or 4 attempts holding that top and flush. We have this strong downtrend, and I just couldn't see anything to safely enter here. In hindsight, absolutely, in a range, take that. But, new low, first entry, second entry, that was a big risk too. Like, that's almost 3 points of risk. Then I see this one gone. So then I see this one, and it's too much risk, and it's gone. So at this point, I'm jonesing for a trade. I'm thinking, okay, now we've got the downtrend established. We have our break, first entry, second entry failure. I get sucked into this failure. Probably shouldn't have. Sorry. First entry, second entry. I got sucked into the second entry short failure. No, right. See, I don't even know what I trade. See, that's what I mean. Like, this is where I lost my brain. I can't even tell you what this was. So this was coming off of a triple test. I should have expected something more than just that push. I was still expecting short. So the positive here is that it is a new low, first entry pullback, second entry, lower high. Yeah, see, I can't even explain this to you now. Like, I shouldn't have taken this trade at all. Like, what the hell was I fucking thinking? Yeah. Lower high, maybe? Maybe it's a lower high confirming a second entry short. Maybe that's what I was thinking. And then here we've got first entry, new high, first entry, second entry. Yeah, so I think it was, I have it's looking at a failed second entry long. But even still, lower high confirming a second entry, a failed second entry long, and it's not really a failure because it just takes off and goes up for the rest of the day. So because I couldn't explain that in even hindsight looking at it, there's no way I should have been entering that. And then this just came out to the end of the day. Wasn't, should have expected this bounce near the end of the day. We had a strong sell-off, so at some point people were going to have to cover. And I was still thinking short at that point. Then poof, gone. See ya. So trade-wise, it's 2-1. Mentally, it's 1-2. So I took a loss mentally on the day today. And okay, so that's the end of this video. I'm going to go grab myself a whiskey and do some coding because someone got me invested in looking at some NinjaScript, so I'm going to do that. But first, I'm going to go and have a whiskey because today's video was brought to you by whiskey, so why not support whiskey? All right, World's Okayest Trader out.